everyone. Hi, guys.
Hi, everyone.
I want to make sure everybody can hear me. Okay.
Hi, guys. Hi, everyone.
Okay, hold on.
I want to make sure everybody can hear me.
Yay. Does it sound okay? Can everybody hear everything? Okay, perfect. Thank you. I'm typing it. I don't have to type it. You guys can hear me. Do we? All right. Okay, so I have like 1 minute before I get started. So for those of you who don't know who I am or what I do, if you're new here, let me know you're new here. And so I've been doing this for, first of all, I'm Rebecca Foster, and I've been doing this for 32 years. I am a clairvoyant spiritual medium, and I am a Christian, in case anybody asks, but yeah, that's a whole other topic. Okay, so I hear God, spirit guides, people who've passed over. I do not consult the dead. If they have something to say to me tonight, I will repeat to you everything that they have to say. And then I will be jumping back and forth in the chat as well to find new people. I'm sorry if this is, all my other shots are very good. So I don't know why it is, if it starts doing anything, like if it's having problems streaming or anything, make sure you let me know in the chats. Okay, so again, I don't consult dead people, but I will repeat to you what they show me, what they hear, what I hear, what they smell like, you know, what they look like. And it's a quick reading for as many people as I can tonight. And I will, again, I'll go back and forth with the chat, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm trying to think. Let's think of events. So if you are around the Southern Illinois area, end of September, because August is already almost done. Okay, so end of September at Ashmore Estates, I will be doing a gallery that 50% of all of the funds for that are going to Lost Limbs Foundation for people who are amputees. And that is going to be Saturday, September 29th from 5:45 to 7:45. And Ashmore Estates will be open to the public for free. If you've never heard of it, go to ashmoreestates.net. Owners are Robin and Norma Terry. They're pretty awesome. And it's a free event, and there's psychics and me, lots of other ghost hunters, vendors, food. It's going to be a great time. And again, it's open to the public. The gallery is $37.50 a person. And then again, 50% of that's going to lost limbs. So you can like do an investigation, and you can go through and meet all the ghosties. It's really awesome. And then I'm trying to think, October, I'll be at Scaricon in New York, in Verona by Syracuse. So if you're in New York, go to that. And in November, I am really trying very desperately to, well, not desperately, but when it comes to scheduling things, yes, it is a desperate situation for November to go to Wichita. So, and then Midwest gets kind of cranky. So December, I'm not sure. January, I'm not sure where I'm going. But you can always find me here and Beyond Reality Radio with JV Johnson and Jason Hawes from Ghost Hunters. And then JV and I are doing that 1 hour specialty thing like we did last night. So we will get started. It's a couple minutes after. Pennsylvania. I'm not sure about Pennsylvania yet, but who knows? There's a whole other spring and summer of next year to come, so we'll see. All right, hello to everybody here. I'm going to whip through really quickly and see who all is here. Cody, hello. Amy, hi. I think I read a little bit lower, Amy, that you are new here. Hello, Cheryl, how are you? And let's see here. Shelly, hi. Jessica, Laura, how are you? Shirley, Carol, Oswood. Let's see, Jessica, Alicia. Alicia or Alicia? There's a difference. And so let's get started. Autumn. Great. Joanne Gellert. Hello, Jeffrey. How are you? Good, Alicia. I'm glad somebody showed you. Hello, Anna. How are you? Doug. Always count on Doug. Shelly, I'm pretty sure it's Wichita. It's kind of a little more central for everybody. My aunt's in KC, and she said it's about a 3-hour drive for her. So we'll see what I can get on. Yes, it is 10 o'clock. He's doing something right now, too. I believe JV is doing something right now. All right, so let's get started. I'm just going to pull people randomly from chat. Again, I will read as many as I can in the next couple of hours. It just landed on my pants. Hey, and if anybody wants a shirt, it says Get Beached, okay? And then on the back, for Ashmore Estates, got all my stuff on it. See? All the venues, all the places we've been. So if you want one, go to my website, okay? Show it off. All right. Let's see here. Let's go to the top. Cody, I think I'm going to start with you because you have like a really refreshing energy. You must enjoy the fall and the energy that coming down into the new seasons or something, because your energy is kind of on a just floaty right now. And excuse me, for those of you who don't know how I read, normally I'm an eye contact person. However, when I am reading, the camera is really your eyes, and I am looking off to the side to look at what your guides are showing me instead. So, and I have to kind of look where there's nothing. So tables and chairs all get in my way. So I always stare at blank floors. So, all right, hopefully this is my good side. Otherwise, I don't care. All right. So Cody, let's take a peek at you really quick. All right. So again, Cody, you look like your guides are showing me that you're kind of floaty right now, almost just sliding and going up and down like you're on a slide of some kind. You look like you're not in distress. I'm not sure if you're having fun exactly, but you're going on this ride. And it feels like closure. So it feels like you're coming to the end of something, and you are going to be moving on to I don't even want to say new doorways. It feels like new entrances, almost as if the doors are already open. So things that are meant to be are coming your way. And it feels almost as if one of the doors that you fly into isn't exactly one that you were like expecting to go through. And so you may be caught off guard, like, oh, wait, I didn't mean to end up here, but it's actually meant to be that you're where you're supposed to be. So if it looks like a mix up or a mess up that you end up over here and you were supposed to be over here, it's not. It's like something that's meant to be. And it just feels very carefree, very just laid back. And I'm sorry if I move a lot. I'm like watching and looking around, and I'm moving with the energies. And I have wooden chairs, and they just really hurt your butt. So it's like, okay. So that looks good, Cody. Everything looks like you're just going with the flow right now, and that's where you want to be. Amy, I'm going to read you next. Okay, Amy. So the first thing that I look at for everyone, or try to look at for everyone, especially when I'm doing like private readings, is a beach. And the beach is where my guides talk to me. It represents safety, security, and grounding. Water of any kind represents issues or worries a person sees coming at them. And it can also represent opportunity. It just depends on how it presents. And Amy, the first thing that they show is that you're on your beach, which is good. And you have your arms full of books. And it's funny because as packed as your arms are, it looks like you drop something and then you pick it up, and then you're struggling to maintain your hold on all of this stuff in your arms. Now, books represent learning, education, of course, and movement upward where knowledge is concerned. So it may not actually mean that you're going back to school. That is my son's bird, and she's a horrible chicken. She's a horrible horrible biter, and she won't shut up. So if you hear her, she's in the back. But it can actually also mean the personal growth and the university of life, the education that you would go through just on being on a daily basis. So ultimately, you're wearing these little tiny slip-on shoes. You're wearing a skirt, and the top doesn't matter. So the little shoes represent the fact, any kind of shoes. So everybody remember this in case I tell you that you're wearing shoes. Shoes represent being held back, or the perception of being held back by a person or a situation. And they're just little slip-ons. I mean, they're not tied on. They're nothing. You can slip these off. So you really have to contemplate, because basically what it's saying is, are you putting yourself through a situation because you feel like you're supposed to, like go with the rigmarole of something? Or is it possible that you politely bow out of something? And with that, it looks like you are able to then indulge yourself in what you're supposed to be doing with your direction, with your life, with your days. And it also, they keep showing like brain cells, like going poo, poo, like they're growing and becoming all around you. And so there's a lot of learning that comes with this. And it also feels like a lot of self-confidence that comes with it. You also have to let go of a situation. I know I don't have much time with everybody, and I know I have to cut myself off sometimes, but there is a relationship with another female that feels like either family. If it's a friend, it's a super dear and close friend. I'm assuming this would be family, and it looks like this may be something that is either where your backs are together, you're not seeing eye to eye, there might be an issue, and what they're saying is you kind of just have to let go of this and allow it to just do what it's going to do, some form of a fight or a disagreement, because it doesn't look like you're ever going to win where this person is concerned, and that you are probably stronger and wiser, and they still have yet to deal with their pride and their ego. So just walk away. Cheryl Riley, how are you? Every time I see you now, I also couple you with your son. And let me just tell you, the only thing I pick up for your son is to really watch what he's eating, because I almost, when I did that, I felt like either I had heartburn or I felt like acid buildup, like I want to throw up a little bit. And so with that, making sure that he's not eating something that's making his body too acidic. He wants to make like this, see, right here, alkaline water, right? And it is where's it at? 9.5 pH. This stuff is the bomb. It'll cleanse you. It cleans you out, helps you balance your body. It gets rid of all the acidic stuff, all of the garbage that we take in and negative ions. This is the best. So maybe getting him on something like that, more alkaline diet, that will also help him, because it may be, what I'm picking up for your son is that he may be too acidic. And that can run in the blood. And that's bad, because then your whole body just starts failing, and you get old really fast. You wrinkle faster. You get gray hairs faster. Your skin gets crepier. It's crazy. Stay alkaline. It's the way to go. Unless you're trying to have a baby girl. That's a whole other topic. But if you're interested, I will tell you about how to have a boy or a girl. Okay, but we'll go there later. So Cheryl, for you, the first thing that they're also saying for you, well, what they're showing for you is like you're holding up a set of keys like this, and you're shaking your keys. So this tells me that at first it felt like you were going somewhere, or that you're traveling, and it just looks like two keys on a brown leather keychain. And I'm not sure what it means. It almost looks like the literal sense, like I'm not supposed to interpret it. So there's travel of some kind of vehicle, but this looks like, yeah, it may not be something that you're really looking forward to. As a matter of fact, it may be something that you have to do, but you're not looking forward to. Interesting. Almost like a reminder, maybe, like don't forget kind of a thing. All right. I am so itchy. Oh my gosh. I took a shower earlier today. I know I took a shower and I didn't put lotion on, and now I'm like super itchy. I forgot to do that. But okay. So excuse me if I'm like, like cooties and fleas. All right. So Cheryl, definitely. Keys. Let me book down here a minute and see what you've got to say, because sometimes people will reply and then it helps me understand what I am seeing. It's way down there. Oh, you just got a new car. Well, that's very cool. So drive safely. That's your message. Thank you, Anne. Oh, beautiful. Oh my goodness sakes. Girl, it is so hot and steamy out, and my hair is like super curly. And if I don't stay in the air conditioning and let my hair dry, if I go outside, it absorbs all of the humidity and I get massive bouffant. So this is going up tomorrow because I hate doing my hair. Okay. I'm just ready to cut it off, actually. I just want like a boy cut. Just take it off. I'll give it away. All right. Stacy, how are you, Stacy? I know you've got a lot going on in your universe. And let me just tell you this. The vision that they show for you is what you're feeling and what you are experiencing is real. You're not crazy. It's not just like you're not coming up with things and making up things in your head. You kind of look like you're hanging out of a tornado. You just look like you're hanging out of a tornado. And it's going around and around and around and swirling, and you're kind of like reaching out every time it goes by, and I can see you, but I obviously can't stop you. I can't pull you out of that. And it's another thing about that is when I see tornadoes, it's almost as if I have to wait for the tornado to stop and see where you land. And if I looking at this was in your situation, in your position, I would be doing a lot of praying right now. And I would also be taking all of my worries and my fears and boxing them up and packaging them for God. I would be going, these are yours. They're totally yours. I don't even know what to do with them anymore. And you can have them because they're completely out of my control anymore. And I would walk away and I would never think about them again. And the reason I say that is because when we worry about things and when we hem and haw over something, we try to figure out our will to fix it. Or how do I do this? How do I fix this? How do I correct it? Oh my God, I'm so worried. I don't know how to do that. We are forcing our will onto the situation. And instead of just going, here, it's on the table. This is everything. I can't do anything with it. Fix it. And seriously, removing your ego from it, removing what you think should happen. This allows God to take it and do what he will do with it. And then you can trust, regardless of how it ends up, good or bad, that it's the way it's meant to be. And that is what faith is. Faith is knowing and trusting that regardless of how something turns out, it's good. I know that sounds weird, but when you come to that mindset, it's amazing what happens. And I can tell you, when I catch myself trying to control something or figure it out with my own will, the moment I go, wait, what am I doing? It doesn't matter how it turns out. If it's totally crappy and I'm completely broke, or this breaks, or this is that, I'll figure it out. I just know I'll figure it out. The moment I do that, it figures itself out. It's amazing. I cannot preach this enough to people. I cannot express it enough. The people that listen to that always can share a story of something that has come to fruition miraculously for them. And God does still perform miracles. You just have to have faith that it's going to happen. I'm telling you, Stacy, just sit back and let it all go and never think about it again. Don't try to control it or fix it. It'll fix itself. This goes for all of your situations right now. Your son, your work, and those women that you work with, let them go. Don't think about it. Don't worry about it. Don't even contemplate them. Cut the cords and let them go. You can do it. I know you're a very strong woman. You're still here. That shows strength. Shelly S. Hi. Let's see what Shelly's got going on here. Shelly, the first thing I see is that you're on your beach, which is good. You have a small boat sitting next to you, and you are packing that boat. You look very well dressed. You are wearing some really beautiful red pumps. Like, they're not even pumps. Those are heels. I mean, those are some sexy heels. And a pin skirt, okay? So you look great. It's not beach worthy, of course. You're sinking in the sand, but it's a really great outfit. Okay, so what this is, and there's a lot of paperwork, there's pens, there's glasses, there's telescopes, there's all of these inquisitive things. There's things to figure things out here. Okay, there's a compass, and not like the compass that you like look north, south. It's the compass that you figure out and measure things mathematically. So what this is saying is that for you, where career is concerned, you are going to be making a change. And if you haven't done that already, it's about to happen. I think tomorrow we have a full moon, so it is also a time of manifestation of things. So keep an eye out for this. But what it's saying is that you're getting into this boat, you're preparing yourself, and you are well prepared for what you're about to embark on, where job and change, where career are concerned. And I really feel like it's time for you to step off the ledge, like step right off and just take a leap of faith. It's like you've outgrown a situation that you are in. You've reached the ceiling point of career, and either the fact that it's a ceiling that this is as far as the position goes here, or there are other people standing in your way to get any further up. And so what they're saying is you've got all the resources and the capabilities, the abilities to move forward with this new job. Go for it. Absolutely. Now, the thing is that you have this beautiful suit on. You're wearing these stiletto red heels, and shoes, again, represent a person or a situation holding you back. So you might find yourself in a situation, it feels more person than it does situation, saying something like, you know, Shelly, I don't know if this is a really good idea. And you'd be saying, oh, I'd love to do that, but I can't because John is like, he doesn't want me to change my job because then I got to go further to work and I'm not home in time to make dinner and laundry won't get done until Friday. So it's kind of making concessions or saying no to something based on somebody else's comfort level. And I will tell everybody here all night long, if it's a positive situation, positive growth for you, don't say no to it for a human, because if they're meant to be in your life, they're going to find a way to stay in your life. It's always, hey, if a woman wants something bad enough, we find a way. Okay, we may not have the money to buy lettuce and salad dressing, but that $80 face cream over there, I've got the money for that. I will find the change, 1, 2, 3, to buy that face cream. It's just the way it is. It comes down to what you want. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so ditch the heels. Go for what you want. As long as it's positive, that's all that matters. As long as it's ethical, it's positive, that kind of a thing. And it looks like it's an awesome move for you. I feel like once you did it, that nobody'd stand in your way anymore. Nobody could stand in your way. Oh my God, it's so good. It's the best water ever. And this, telling you, I was buying this stuff for $5 at the wholesale, the Whole Foods store. For these little buckety things. Aldi has this now. I was in there the other day. I almost died. I'm like, oh my God, you have 9.5 alkaline water. I bought a whole bunch. It's great. It's like $1 a piece. Are you kidding me? This big bottle of water? Okay. Let me move on down again. Let me see what's happening at the end. See where okay, let me see. Shelly. Standing in my way. I just changed jobs. Yay! Excellent. You just changed jobs. Good for you. Well, you're never going to allow anybody to stand in your way, ever. Not even yourself. All right. Hello, Daniel. I appreciate all the messages. I do. I'm thinking I figured it out. And hi. How is everybody? Kaim, is that how I'm saying it? Is that how I say it? Terry, thanks, Rebecca. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Ignore. Psh. That's right. Your attorney is God. Good. All right. Jake's getting the water. Anna, we have one left, and it's like one of the biggest males ever. We have one German Shepherd puppy left. So if anybody's looking, Kaim. Okay. See, I'm good. Shh. I hate mispronouncing people's names. Shelly, you are welcome. Doug, you are being quiet. I haven't looked up here, but let's take a peek here. Hello, Patty. Janice, how are you? All right. Okay. Grace, thank you very much. I'm glad you're back again here. Kayla, hello. Valerie. All right. Ethan, hello. How are you? Christy. Okay, Alicia, got it. Okay. Aaliyah, I like that too. I do like Aaliyah. All right, okay, so let's move up here back to your, let's grab some more people. Jessica Mack. Jessica, I'm overcome with walking, like speed walking down a sidewalk, trying to get somewhere quickly. So don't be late. Don't be late. That's all I'm hearing is like, don't stop for coffee. Don't stop for stop for the crosswalk, of course, but don't be late. Make sure you're managing your schedule right now and that you are taking care of the time around you. Set your alarms. Don't be late. That's the first. I know that sounds weird, but Jessica Mack, don't be late. I'm hearing you might find yourself rushing to something that's important that could screw it up. I just want to listen real quick. And it's funny because it's almost as if you feel like you're in the hot seat. It's almost as if it's like me sitting in the principal's office. I'm like, not now, but like not when as a kid, but now as a kid, I was like, whatever. But now I sit in the principal's office and I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm shrinking in the chair because I feel like the one I'm getting in trouble, you know? But for you, this feels like, Jessica, it feels like you're in the hot seat almost, or it feels like you are the one being questioned or interviewed. You feel like the one that is being 20 questioned. Keep your cool. Never let them see you sweat. And it feels, it's funny because you look nervous. It looks like you're looking for something to say, like you're not sure what to say. Oh my gosh, just don't be nervous. Don't even, it looks like it's really, just don't be late. Just be on time. I would say like 10 minutes early would be great. All right. Lorela, the first thing I pick up for you is almost as if your immune system is a little haywire. So I'm not sure if it's allergies or what, but I feel as if let's say if you were to have psoriasis or eczema, I would feel like it would be emerging due to stress right now, maybe even allergies. But it's like you have an immune response going on right now with something. And so I'm not sure if it's autoimmune or if it's seasonal. So one way to help with that is relieving your stress, really meditating or taking some time every day to just lay down and breathe. Try to envision everything diminishing within your system and kind of recalling all of the stressors. Because that's like the first thing, like your white blood cells are kind of high right now, I guess, the way to put it. So doing what you can to, I don't know, allergy meds, Benadryls, that kind of a thing. So you'll have to help me if I'm seeing that correctly. But if it's not emerged right now, they're saying you can maybe catch it because everything is kind of precautionary so that you can fix it. So preventative kind of stuff, which is always a good thing. Cynthia. Did I read you already, Cynthia? I don't know. I can't even. I read Cody. Okay, Cynthia. All right. Cynthia, you are here to hear some wisdom. So am I. I'm always, you know what? I hear people's readings and I'm like, I need to take that advice. That is some good advice. Cynthia, let's take a look at you. I don't know which one of y'all it is, but somebody's pulling on my energy. Cynthia. The message for you, Cynthia, is don't, how do I put it? You're on your beach, but you are contemplating going out in the water. I don't suggest it. It's like, don't tempt fate. Don't do anything prematurely. Always go out in a prepared fashion with a boat, with something you can float on. You don't want to get in the water because what it basically is saying is that when you get in the water, it means that you're going through a situation that you feel is more of an attack on you rather than you controlling it. It can make us feel like our world is spinning out of control. And right now, what they're saying is being prepared is one of the best things that you can do for yourself. So don't rush into anything, nothing hasty. Really taking your time to look things over, figure things out. This is important for you right now. And don't just jump at the first suggestion, because it looks like you have a high confidence level, like, oh, I got this, I can do this, I am good, I can walk on this water, and nothing's gonna happen to me. But then as you get further in, it's like, whoa, wait a second. So watching that occur, I'd be like, nah, I'd be on your beach, like biting my nails, like, oh my God, who's gonna go get her? Because I don't want to go in the water, and you know, that kind of thing. So make sure that your confidence is, we should always have confidence. Make sure it's a humble confidence. Make sure that you take the leadership position from behind, meaning if this is a new situation with new people around you, don't run into the room shining of confidence. I know this sounds weird, of shining of confidence. This feels like this is a situation where humility is going to win for you. Well, humility always wins. However, coming in quietly and taking the leadership position from behind. So leading everybody with direction, like suggestions, direction, and allowing them to make it up. So you're basically, in essence, creating a whole mess of leaders, and everybody as a leader should do that. I hope I haven't thoroughly confused you, but it just looks like this is something important to walk into humbly in a leadership position. Don't race into it. Don't rush into it. Because if you do, if you go in overly confident, or if you go in like, hi, I'm blah, 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 you know, people, you're going to have people then looking at you, especially women, that are going to be jealous, or they're going to feel like they're threatened, and you don't want that. Believe me, if you can go in with your hair in a bun and no makeup on, hey, I do it too. I do that. I have no desire to get all dressed up for people, as you can see. I'm the people's medium. Okay. Shirley 53. Let's see here. Okay. Step back, I'm getting all ahead. Yes, just do that. Exactly. Just take a step back. That's a good way to put it, yes. And your doctor says your white cells are very high. Laura, I'm telling you, you have enough spirituality and enough energy within you that I really think that you're welcome, Cynthia. I really think that you can, if you just find some quiet time, yeah, right. But like right before bed, when everybody else is going to ignore you and you're going to be able to lay and sleep, just lay arms next to you, palms down, legs straight. Even if you don't have a sheet on or anything, just you laying there, and then envision first of all, everybody should try this. This isn't just for Laura, but everybody should try this, and it can help you fall asleep as well. But lay your hands down, relax, and you just slowly inhale through your nose deeply, and then exhale through your mouth. And do this for a minute or two. It'll bring your heart rate down. It'll also get rid of panic attacks. But as you're doing that, when you're done with that breathing exercise, that 1 or 2 minutes, envision all of your blood flowing, and see in the blood flowing, see those little white dots as the white blood cells, and start pulling them in and create like a box. Let's say, create a box in the center of you or off to the side or whatever, and fill that with all those white blood cells. Leave a couple, just a couple in your system, but fill them up, and then start, ask Archangel Michael to come and cut all the cords of energy around you of those living, dead, or otherwise that wish to do you harm. And by doing that, you're also cutting off anything negative from the day. Okay, so somebody that made you mad while you were driving, the person that didn't give you the right order at the checkout counter, that kind of thing. So anything that really stuck with you, that really upset you, the really bad chartered phone call or the cable phone call, whatever. I'm just thinking of things that get to me quickly. Your computer not functioning properly, I can just punch it sometimes. It's just little stupid aggravating things. So then cut all of those things. And then what you're going to do lastly is envision, okay, so you're going to clear your chakras. So you're going to see like eggplant colored light here. And just watch it as this light like opens up and then the light shoots up from your head. Okay, so eggplant. And then from here, it's going to be purple. So just kind of watch it like open up and then purple light. And then here, this is going to open up. It's going to be blue. Your chest is going to open up. It's going to be green. And sometimes this will take a while because, you know, you may have issues and your body keeps wanting to close that light off, but do that. And then right about your belly button will be yellow. Across your hips will be orange. And right in your groin, that is red, and it opens up. So you're going to have dark purple and red. And then surround yourself in white light. And this will help not only to relax you, but it will also help to clear out any sludge you got for the day. Okay. All right, then. Hello, Roseanne. Tom. Black Dahlia. Yes, I will definitely give you that. Let me move up here really quickly again. Let me start shooting back down here. Did I read Carol 52? I don't remember. Just let me know if you're still here. Carol 52 and Shirley. Did I read you guys already? I couldn't tell you because I started on my little train. So definitely let me know. Shirley 52, if you're still here. And I will go back up and I'll start reading some more people. Oswood, I believe you're Carol. I'm not sure if I read Carol and Shirley. I have no idea. I don't think I did. Maybe I stopped at Cynthia. I'll go to Oswood because I know I didn't read Oswood. So I'm going to do Oswood here real quick. Oswood, the first thing they show for you is that you're walking along a path. You have a long walking stick, a backpack, and you're walking kind of probably like 3 or 4 feet from the edge. Like you're walking on a trail, but there's like a big ravine. And it's serious Sasquatch territory. I mean, it's awesome. I would love to go on a hike through Sasquatch territory because they do exist. And you look very at peace. You look like you're actually talking, like you're the female version of Snow White. You're talking to animals. You're talking to birds. They're actually conversing with you. They're giving you advice. And you look very at home in this natural setting. You have hiking boots on. You look pretty prepared. So normally shoes would kind of lend to issue or restraint. But right now, they look more appropriately set to the environment that you're in. Now, pathways also represent going on something singularly and alone. They represent dealing with life and changes by yourself. And it looks like this might be something that you prefer anyway, rather than having to consult others. So you may be single. You may be like just doing it your own way. The staff that you're holding, this huge walking stick, though, this represents spirit and your walk with spirit, your walk with and your connection to God and to those that you pray to. And as you're walking, it's helping you to keep your balance. It's helping you to maintain your steps and your footing. So it's not just you're not walking by yourself right now. And I guess that's the message I'm supposed to tell you, though. Although you may feel like you're doing things on your own by yourself, you're not. Like spirit is right there with you. So this also tells me to tell you to listen to your intuition right now, listen to your gut, let your guides really whisper in your ear and listen to them as long as it's positive, because the dark things also, but they talk louder and it's more disguised as our own voice. And so nothing negative, only listen to the positives. And continue this journey, but make sure you know that it's not that you're doing it alone. That God wants me to make sure that you know that you are, He's walking with you. What is this doing? There we go. Okay. Okay, so Carol and Shirley, I missed you guys. Got it. I'm going to go back up to you guys. So Oswald, for for you to know right now, and it's I know I have to move on. It's basically just that you have this old soul thing going on, and part of this pathway has to do as well with what you are comfortable with in this philosophical aspect of who you are. But I'm watching and you're just smiling and talking to, and the birds, the animals really represent people and spirit rather than the actual animals, although you may be able to. So it's really cool. It's really cool. And make sure that you're trusting what you're hearing, and sometimes you'll be wrong, and that helps you to hone your gift by knowing, okay, that's wrong. I know to ignore that voice from now on, or I ignore that place where it came from, that feeling I got when I heard it, ignore that, that's bad. And you'll get to a point where you'll hear things and you'll know that it's a fact, and you may not want to say it. You may want to, it may be something you feel like you have to tell. It may be something, like, now's not the time, but you'll learn to trust it. So continue on this journey and know that God is awakening you to something right now, and pay attention to it because it's pretty awesome. I mean, everybody is going through their own awakening in their own way, depending on what they're ready for. And you look like you're ready for it. So just do it. It's awesome. It's really cool. And start using it to help people. Okay. I will definitely, Oswald, thank you. Excellent. I'm glad you feel them around you. Anna, I definitely will get to, I promise. But I did skip Shirley and Carol. I have to get to them too. They were all the ways up her. All right. So Shirley, 53. Shirley, the first thing, and this sounds really strange, but the first thing I get when I see you is the smell of, it's like an air freshener, but it's florally and it's kind of a sweet flower. So maybe a mixture of rose or this is about probably what time is it? 9:41. You're going to start hearing and seeing things all around me now that I don't see on the camera. But I hear them. It's kind of a sweet floral, jasmine, roses, and I can't do lots of florals. They kind of make me nauseous. So it's not lilac. I definitely like lilac. I can do lilac and lilies, but it's very strong. And it also, another weird thing is it tastes like I'm eating a pie or cheesecake or something, like the graham cracker crust. So somebody who has passed over is obviously trying to come through to you to say hello. So maybe somebody who would have worn a florally perfume and would have maybe like cheesecake or s'mores or pie, that kind of a thing. Somebody who would have had something special like that. I think there's also an S around that person as well. So let me see, you're Shirley. And it almost sounded like Sis or Sally. So I'm not sure, but they want me to definitely acknowledge the S sound. And let me see here. I know you guys are still there. And I don't want to go to the live comments because then I mix everybody up. I want to wait until I get a little bit more people here that I've got from the top. So Shirley, yeah, so definitely female energy. And she also wants me to acknowledge vertigo or being dizzy, either for herself or for you. So one of you having suffered from vertigo or being dizzy, Meniere's disease, but something where there would be a balance issue of some kind. And another weird thing, and then I'll move on. I'll go on to the next person. But the next thing before I walk away from her, she's going, it's almost time. It's almost time. It's almost time. So it almost feels like there's a surprise or there is something coming up that either you're preparing for or that someone is preparing for you. So it's like a celebration or a party. So I'm supposed to, well, maybe you're not supposed to know that. Maybe it was a surprise for you. Maybe you have a birthday coming up, but I'm supposed to. At least she showed it to me, so I figured I probably should. Okay. All right, let's see. You guys are seeing this. It's interesting that you just mentioned things about you. I keep seeing. So over to this side of me? By the picture or the door? It's probably this side. It's this side that you keep seeing things. All right. All right. Interesting. Yes, by the door. Yeah, that seems to be that always seems to be where everything always plays up the stairs. Oh well. I think I just saw that flash too up here. So c'est la vie. Okay, Carol, 52. Let's read Carol. Carol, the first thing that comes through for you is bones and strength. I'm not sure if it's surgery or something broken or twisted, but what they're saying is making sure you're taking care of your bone health and like making sure you're taking calcium, vitamin D3. And is there my back they want me to acknowledge for you too? And it feels like my mid up. So from my midsection up to the back of my neck, or the back of my neck. It's funny because when I'm doing this, I find myself so relaxed in this trance mode that I'm not breathing very deeply, so my body will just automatically try to yawn to gain more air. But for some reason, I'm feeling like my spine is also very important to take care of. And if it runs, like if the hunching in older age runs in your family, then you want to what was I saying? Take care of that. Making sure you like stand up straight, finding out from your doctor what kind of supplements you should be taking, that kind of a thing. But I'm supposed to tell you that. So taking care of bone health, and be careful. It is funny, Alicia, that you said you saw a boy, because when my son Bradley and I were at Ashmore Estates, there was a couple children there whom asked to come home with us, and we've heard him. There's a definite child that climbs up on my bed at night, plays with my arm, bugs my son, and runs around here at night. Runs around upstairs when we're when we're like downstairs. So it's the dogs here at the cat sees it. So there's definitely a child in the house. I've seen him come down the hall too. I thought it was one of my other children. So, all right, interesting, very interesting. Okay, so Carol, are you there? Let's see here. I hope that makes sense. So taking care of, be careful where you step, watch your bone health. That's one of the things that they're saying for sure. That's a fashizzle. Okay. Let's see here. Where am I up here? See, this is why I can't go through the chat. This is why I don't do chat with JV, because I would not be able to wait the way he brings on the calls. I would never be able to keep anything straight. So I'm up at the top now, and I've got you guys, Laura, Amy. You guys are all good. So Doug, I'm going to, Alicia, here you are. I'm going to get you next. Doug, I'm going to read Alicia real quick. She has definitely been waiting. So Alicia, let me take a peek here for you. You are there's several things that you're doing. And they're flipping you back and forth. So there's this attempt to balance right now. And it's also an attempt to figure out, do I have to go out here and do I have to go out on the water, or do I have enough resource here to be able to move forward with my next plan? Excuse me. They're flipping you from the land onto like a surfboard. Now, surfboard requires a lot of balance. So what that is telling me is, if you chose to make a change in your life right now, to move, to do a career, if you were to go outside of your comfort, if you're to go outside of what you already know, that would mean that you are going to have some balancing to do first. And that also tells me that with the way they're presenting it, it shouldn't be that hard to move forward with change. So what it's saying is that ultimately your soul knows, like, we all have this contract before we come down, and our memory of that contract is completely wiped out because we can't have cheat sheets. You know, we can't know how to kill the boss, or we'd go straight from here to there and be done with our life, and we'd have figured it all out. So we forget why we come here. And the soul remembers, the spirit remembers what we're supposed to be doing. So you may be feeling like, I'm supposed to be doing something, I just don't know what it is yet. And that is because it's coming, but it's just not yet time. So if you were to go out on the water right now, like, I'm ready, I feel like I'm supposed to be doing something, and you were ahead of the game, it would mean that you would hit walls and barriers and frustration, and you'd be like, I don't want to do this, forget it, it's not working, it's not supposed to happen. It probably is supposed to happen. You should be leaving your comfort zone in order to positively grow. However, you're just ahead of the game. You're moving forward with things before you should. And so right now is a time to continue using the resources you have, sitting down, smelling the roses, continuing until you feel like you're being pushed towards a door. And then once you feel like, I can't do this anymore, I have to move through the door, then you can go out in the water and start moving those processes forward for the next chapter of your life. And it's a good thing. You don't want to have to struggle to balance. That is no fun. Okay. All right. So Doug, I'm going to grab you real quick. Doug, I know you drive a truck. Okay. I know that. So I just want to put that out there so that it's not like she knows he drives a truck, because I already know you drive a truck. You're driving, and all of a sudden it's like you come to a point where you're able to get off, go out like an off ramp. You go under an overpass, and then there's a ramp coming back on. And as the ramp is coming back on, it's like you slam on the brakes. Like something hits you, like, wait a second, that was my turn. I'm supposed to get off here. And it's interesting. I'm watching to see what you're going to do. Like, can I back you up? Can I manipulate this and move you and see what but even if I started over again, you continue to the next. So this is saying that there is something, I may even be proud of you about this because of all of the chats that we have had. And I forgot about this until they just showed it to me. And now I see what's happening here. So without telling you too much, there is going to come a point where someone is going to make an entrance into your life. It's interesting because I'm watching it happen again, and you drive past that exit, and then you slam on the brakes, and then you continue going on from there. So you almost have a moment of weakness where you would put yourself back through hell again. It's a big fat no-no. Anybody from the past stays in the past. Unless we're talking, 50 years has gone by and you're two different, totally different people. But no. If this is no, everything stays in the past. All of this should stay in the past. That's it. Okay. Joanne Dellert. Joanne. The window just opened. That's why I was like looking at it like, what just happened? And I'm going to tell you, the window is a basement. It's a high up window. And that's what freaked me out. I was looking at it going, did that just open? It's open. Nobody can reach it. Nobody can reach that window. Look. Hey, Bradley. I wonder if maybe he opened it and didn't latch it all the way. I have to check. Come here. Open your door. We'll find out. Did you open the basement window?
No.
You didn't open this window? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you. No. Alrighty then. Okay. No, he did not. That's great. That's super fun.
when did that open?
It bounced open a little while ago, and I thought maybe you opened it and
No.
didn't latch it all the way.
I didn't even know if the window was there until like 2 days ago.
Okay. Oh, what I have to sit this way. Okay. So I can see my. All right. Let's see here. Who was I about to read? Joanne. Let's take a peek. Joanne. Joanne. I'm listening. I just have to hear because I'm not seeing much. I have to listen to this. Yes, Joanne Dellert. I'm not sure if they said Danny or Daddy says hi. And it smells like metal, like aluminum or steel. And it's funny because it looks like a golf club or something. You know, you taste a penny or you put money in your mouth and you can taste that metal. That's what it tastes like. That's what it smells like that they're trying to get me to convey. Joanne, let me blush down here a second. Okay. It's interesting because this feels like this would be somebody that you would see either in dreams or it's a white pants, white shirt, a yellow vest or sweater. Very sunny, spiritually, like godly looking individual. It's so faint. It's interesting. I don't want to waste time trying to connect with this individual. He's very distant, and I'm wondering if maybe just the golf club. It's like a thin aluminum rod. I would think looks like a golf club. And Danny or Daddy says hi, and it's very distant, very hard to hear. So Joanne, I'm sorry, I can't get a better connection for you. Daniel Wilson. Let's take a peek at Daniel. Let's see what's going on. All right. Interesting. There's definitely an energy pulling on me. Definitely an energy. Trying to figure out. It's probably here. It's probably this child. It's going to harass us all tonight. It's all good. I don't mind. I've never lived in a house without a ghost or spirits. As long as he leaves my kids alone while they're sleeping, I don't care. Don't bug my kids. Mama's wrath. So Daniel, you, let me back up a minute here. It's funny because I'm looking at you and I'm thinking, what is he doing? Like, is he crossing a bridge? But no, excuse me. You are, looks like you're sitting in a recliner, and I swear I thought you were sitting on a bridge. I thought you were on a bridge. And you kind of have your feet up. Now, as I'm watching this, I'm waiting for anything else to change. That's kind of what I was watching. It's like they show me these movies, and so I have to watch and see what happens before I open my big mouth. So it's in front of like a bridge, a small bridge, but it's you're in a brown recliner, and it's like reclined, and your feet are up, and you're just kind of sitting there. So there's a holdup. I mean, it's like trying to get you to move from point A to point B. It's trying to get you to accomplish something from point A to point B, but you're in this chair, and the chair is basically in the way of you accomplishing or moving forward with something. And it's funny because I've never seen it before. But you're kind of like, your feet are up, you're kind of reclined, and it's stuck right, like the notches are like this to step up onto the bridge, and the chair just won't do it. So you're stuck for a moment in this chair. I'm not sure how long either. I think it's probably up to you. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. I'm really not that tired. You and you're asking people to like bring you food. You're asking, hey, I need a sandwich. Bring me some sandwich. Like you're asking people to bring you stuff. As I'm asking your energy, what are you doing? Like, what are you waiting for? You said, you're like, I want to cross this dang bridge. I want to cross the bridge. Now, basically what a bridge means is you're crossing over issues and difficulties. You are taking a major step from something you know to something that you don't know. And whatever this recliner is standing in your way. There's something going on here that is preventing you from doing something or moving forward with, let's say, work or a move or whatever, but it's to be dealt with on your end. It's interesting. I've never seen that before. So I think it's a literal sense because I'm still waiting for them to explain the chair to me. And when they don't explain it to me, it's because it's a literal sense. So maybe you just really like your brown recliner, or maybe you're stuck in a chair. I really don't know. That's funny. That's really funny. Okay. I have to go. I think I've got everybody up here. And let me see anymore. And I think I'm going to go down here to Anna. Okay. Anna, I'm pretty sure you're still there too. So Anna, let's see if Hunter has anything to say. You're asking about. Okay, so this is interesting because he's talking about like pregnancy or a baby. And I'm like, is this somebody he's sending down, or is this, somebody, is this like the girlfriend that's going to be having a baby, or is this child that he's going to bless her with? But he's talking about, that's what I'm trying to figure out, so that, I'm not just sitting here quietly thinking about breakfast or eating food or going out for late night cheese fries. But he is, which isn't out of the question, okay? But he is talking to me about a baby. He wants me to confirm with you like some form of a baby coming into this world. So new beginnings and babies. He goes like, well, from his position, so if the baby is like this and the head is over here, he's over the head, like standing over the head going, shoo, shoo, shoo. So this would represent either curls on a baby's head or a colic somewhere up on the forehead, or something that he wants me to say that he must have given either a curl or a colic or something on the head, like he goes zoop like this. And coming down, he's coming down, he's coming down. So he's coming down tomorrow for something that you're doing. He's coming down tomorrow for something, to be a part of something. So he's coming down tomorrow. So pay attention to his energy, pictures that you take, anything that he may appear in as an orb or smiling. But he'll be coming down tomorrow for something that your family or that you are doing tomorrow. So I hope that makes some sense to you, Anna. All right. Ethan Eimers. Ethan. Thank you, Joanne. If you like my book, I appreciate it. Second one's coming. I am working on the second one. Slowly, but it is coming along. Ethan. Looking around for you, Ethan. You're standing in front of what looks like 3 doors. And they all look like a rite of passage, or they look like things that everybody goes through. All these doors are things that are experienced by everybody, and they're presenting themselves to you. So this is like there's something about to happen for you. It would be like somebody getting a driver's license, or their rites of passage is what I'm being told. So there's something going to be happening in your life that everybody goes through, and it's about, if it hasn't just happened for you, you're about to experience it. And you look really excited, really happy. So maybe a graduation, or turning a certain age, getting a driver's license, those kinds of things. And they're saying, be smart, be wise. Don't listen to peer pressure. Don't listen to the people around you. Use your brain. He's playing with toys over here. I'm going to tell you, if electrical things start going on and off, I'm going to be doing this upstairs, okay? I hate when that happens. I know, right? I do it for a living, but still, I don't like when they play with toys. I don't like toys that come on and move. So Ethan, just to make sure you're wise, that you don't give in to peer pressure, and that you be the leader when people are trying to do something stupid, that you just don't follow the crowd. Don't move. Don't follow the herd. Just be strong and stand up. And if that makes you a wuss, c'est la vie. It doesn't matter as long as you're safe. Okay, so a rite of passage, but be safe. Okay. Christy Maxwell, you are new here. Hopefully you're still here, Christy. Hopefully you're still listening. Christy Maxwell. All right, I really need to tie my hair back. I know what to do. Okay, there we go. I hate flipping it. It's to the point of getting it cut. Christy, I can see why you're wanting a reading. I can see, instead of a bridge, like I was talking about a few minutes ago, you have more stepping stones, and they're not like they're down in the water that you can just hop over them. They're kind of raised out of the water like steps. So they're kind of, there's some up here, and then there's one down here, and there's one over here, and this one. So they're different levels. And that makes it just that much more precarious to try to get across. So observing this, I'd be thinking, you want me to go from here to there, and I'm most likely going to fall and kill myself. If nothing else, I'm going to face plant this thing and knock my teeth out. That's what I would be thinking. There's no way I'm going to be able to hop, skip, and jump across this in any graceful manner. That would right there cause me some hesitation in attempting, really trying to think things through. So basically, you are in a position where it's like I don't know if it's fire or what coming up behind you, but you are being forced to go across the water. You are being pushed by your guides. So you must be digging your heels in for a long time now, or just not wanting to shake the tree. You just don't want to do anything or rock the boat, however you want to put it. You're trying to make everything work just as it is with the pieces you've got. You're trying to do your best with what's in front of you. And Spirit, God is basically saying, you can't stay here. You've got to cross. And you're looking at this going, but do you know how hard it's going to be for me to go from here to there? I mean, I very well might fall on my face. And I can understand that it would cause maybe fear, discomfort, sadness, pain, hurt, terror, fear. I mean, all of those things, probably all of them all at once of trying to cross. But with it comes personal growth and healing. And I'm pretty sure that God is not going to put something in your pathway that is going to effectively hurt you and then say, you've got to do it. He just wouldn't do that. He's saying to you, I know this looks hard, but you can do it. Now, you also have to remember, you've got a lot of lives behind you. This isn't your first rodeo. You've done this before. You have to have more confidence in yourself. You have to believe in yourself more. And whoever's hands that you have to grab and carry you with you, just do it, or throw them on your back. You know, whoever needs to come with you on this, just bring them with you. Seriously. Okay. Hold on one second. Well, I've got more than one with me down here now. The child is not a big deal. There's definitely another energy here that's trying to attach to me right now. Nope, not happening. You just get your butt off of me. Immediately just tried to attach to me. No, you can't even stay here. You got to go. You can't stay in my house. You can't stay here. You cannot touch me. You aren't allowed to touch me. You are not allowed to touch my son, my children. You cannot touch my cat or my dog or my puppies. You can't touch anybody. You just have to find another dimension and get out of here. You can't stay because you just can't attach to people. Nope, and that's in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay. It's crazy. Valerie Valentin. Okay. Valerie. Okay. Valerie, I'm going to drop you on your beach because that's what I can do. I can just like kind of pick you up and throw you on your beach, and it helps me to see more, especially when they're not giving me something clearly. So picking you up, putting you on your beach. It's funny because it's like you're on your beach and you're like, you're scratching your head a little bit, like trying to figure out where to go. So I'm going to move you a little bit further. Okay, so Valerie, there's a bit of like earthiness around you, that a lot of the focuses in your life right now are on earthly things. So not that it's not like money, it's not materialistic, it's not like that. It's earthly, being like work, things that you find on earth, that kind of thing. So maybe material things, but your focus right now is that way. And it's funny because awakenings, like I had said earlier, they're happening. And when I'm watching you on your beach, it's like you're going, where am I, like, what am I doing here? Like, what is this? And that's funny because your spirit should obviously recognize, but it's trying to convey to me that the spiritual aspect of things may be a new thing for you. Like you may be awakening now and things are happening or coincidences are happening and you're becoming aware of these things and being uncertain, because if there are people I call earthbounders because they're not focused at all on spirit. Everything is scientifically proven, and there is no spiritual aspect to life. It's just live, die, boom, that's it. And so when people are, all of a sudden things are starting to happen that they can't explain, it helps us to open up and to look beyond. And it's kind of what it looks like. So you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong there, but it's like you would be either having dreams or things that you think of or experience and then they happen. And that's really cool. It would basically you be opening up. This would also be a massive growth endeavor for you because as I'm watching you, you're like, this is all new. You're looking around like, interesting. And not to say you haven't experienced pain or issues in your life. Everybody has. But there's a forest that's up above the beach that is like up the dunes and off to my left. And as you're walking, you're looking at it like, oh, what is that? Like, wow. And that to me is amazing. Because what it is basically saying is that, and you will have to correct me here because I just don't know how this is possible. But it would basically say that you have not yet been in a place in life where you have felt that you've hit rock bottom. And I don't see how that's possible. I don't, because everybody, by the time they reach adulthood, has had some form of such a pain of loss or experience that it's just like, you don't want to wake up. You don't want to get out of bed. You want to just stay curled up in the darkness. And so being that this all looks new, it would mean that even if you have experienced and probably have experienced, the way that you're dealing with things is completely different now. So this awakening that you would be going through is causing you to see beyond the earthly aspect of things and to see that there are so many more possibilities to why things are happening. So I think that's what they're trying to convey. You'll have to correct me if I'm wrong. But the way that you're looking at that forest means that you're looking at it in a different aspect now. So pain and loss would not just be something that you have to endure. Rather, they would be something that you're going to grow and learn from. So I'm going to have to keep up with that conversation, but you'll have to let me know how that plays out for you. Okay, let me, oh, this stupid thing. Okay, Christy, I'm out to the way to the, I think I'm to the bottom. Christy, you're confused about your reading the stepping stones. Okay. Valerie, you're welcome. Okay, so basically when there's sometimes people will have a bridge and the bridge just takes them bloop over and they're able to move from point A to point B. They're leaving their comfort zone and moving towards an area that is new, brand new, something they've never experienced before. But with the stepping stones, it's a little more difficult. It's like basically putting you through a test, like making you see how strong you really are. So instead of just having this easy bridge, you're giving these stepping stones. And you're not just doing this for yourself. It's like you're doing it for others as well. You're making choices and decisions right now to help other people too. And life is pushing you and saying, you have a time limit. You can't stay on this side of the creek or the river. You have to go into this area that's unknown. You've got to do it. And if you aren't going to do it, we're going to push you to make you go. And so that's what I call lightning striking. It's when we know we have to make a choice and we put it off and put it off and put it off until we finally decide, I'm going to do it on my own, or life says, nope, make it happen. And then all of a sudden everything is happening to us. And that can be really uncomfortable. So that's kind of what it's saying for you. Kaim, thank you so much for coming. I'm glad you were here. Good night. I'm sorry you had to go before your reading. Let me see. Let's go up here. Let me see any more new people that I've passed up. G, Shelly S. I've did this. Ethan, Joanne, Christy, Valerie. Okay, Amy, Kayla. Kayla Holt Group. Let's take a peek real quick for Kayla. Kayla, Bobela, Banana, Fina. Kayla. There's a veil between us. So this is basically what it's showing me is I can see you and you're on your beach, which is good. So you're in control of things right now. You are anything that's good or bad that's going to happen is going to have your signature on it. So you want to consider your choices and your options and how you move with things. That's what being in control means. But there's a veil, which also tells me that you're obviously in the middle of something that your guides want you to do on your own or through your own faith, and they don't want me telling you about. And I can tell you from knowledge that I don't have time to find out how to figure out around your veil right now. The best situation here, the best way to do this is to ask for what you want, ask for clarity, and allow God's will to work in your life. And because the veil, I would have to find a way around it, and I don't have time right now to do that. And you probably don't want to know. It's like it's knowing that at the end of something, like if I'd have known this was going to be so difficult, I probably wouldn't have do it, but I'm so glad I did, that kind of a thing. So knowing ahead of time may change what you would do, and that would affect everything altogether. And I don't want to mess with that. Grace, let's see Grace here real quick. Okay, Grace. So weird. Grace, you are walking. Okay. You are walking in very, very shallow stream. It's just like a trickle. It's not even trickling. It's just kind of water just sitting there. And if up the hill is the white water, the river is up here and it rushes down. And this is where it basically comes to a trickle. You know, little baby deer come up and they take a drink of water. And, you know, nothing big. You can step on either side of dry land just by where you're standing. And this tells me that at some point you would have gotten into the water at the white water up at the top. And recently, very recently, would have felt like everything was out of control. Life was pretty much just happening to you. You were bouncing off of things. You may have felt completely out of control. And control is just an illusion. It basically means that our day went well. I was in control of today. It went well. No, really, it just went well. Today sucked. It was totally out of control. It's because it was happening to you and you didn't, you weren't deciding it. So it's just an illusion. We base our decisions on like time and space, how we categorize everything. So it would be a time of, I think, emotional hell and stress if you are trying to figure out and maneuver your way down the water. It can be a time of calm and a time of reflection if you go down the white water, just allowing the water and the raft to take you. And now you're in a point where you're either going to go right and find your way back up the hill, and then again, you're going to get in the white water and come back down, or you're going to get off and go left, and decide what is over here on this side that you can newly embark on. The thing about it is it's basically you will continue until you decide you're done making a poor choice. You will continually walk up and get in the white water and come down and get up and go up in the water. But when you go left, it takes you away from this decision making. You never will make this decision again. You won't go through this experience again because you will have learned. So everybody is different. I mean, some people will take that route, 7, 8, 9, 10 times before they finally go, enough, I can't do this anymore. I'm so sick of whitewater. I don't want to do this anymore. And I'm tired of walking up the hill. And so we finally make the decision to make a change. And so that's kind of where you're at right now, is walking in the shallow water. And it's up to you what you do. It's not wrong, either decision. It's just sometimes, I always put this in a perspective. People who are in bad relationships, who are in abusive relationships, you may leave, a woman may walk out the door and she may leave 5, 6, 7 times before she finally decides to truly leave, if she has the chance to finally truly leave. Something bad can happen the next time she goes home. And so that's what we liken it. That's how I liken it to that. Is that so funny? Hey, this is my home. So imagine when I'm in a haunted place doing this. I don't know if anybody here watched. I know Anna and them did when I was in Ashmore, and Bradley and I were there, and I did that. I did a gallery like this starting at 9 p.m. Oh my God, the place blew up. It was crazy. It was so much fun. Okay. Okay. Patty Shun. Patty, I did, you know what? I read your post the other day on Facebook about Kevin, and I am sending up prayers for both of you, and I feel like you're making the right decision. So that, I just wanted to let you know that. Janice. It looks weird, but it looks like you're taking steps into a basement. It looks like you're just taking steps down, stepping down. That might be what they're saying, maybe retirement or stepping down from a position. But you look happy as you're taking the stepping down, as you're moving down. And so if you're in a quandary about what do I do, or do I do this or that, I think what your guides are saying is take a step down. Just take a step down. Remove yourself from a situation, that kind of a thing. So if you've been wondering what you need to do, I would think that would be your message. Zelia Zoe, if you're still here, let me go back down here. There's so many comments I have to keep. And it jumps back up at me. Oh, golly gee willikers. Stop it. Okay. Doug had to run. Yes, Janice, that was for you. Taking a step down. Removing yourself from a situation, retiring, that kind of a thing, retiring from something. And really quickly, Rachel, getting rid of attachments, I had mentioned it before, but if you go on and you go online and you search cutting cords with Archangel Michael, and there's so many links for it, but it gives you a play-by-play of how to remove them. And one of them is just visualizing and knowing that he's there, trusting that Archangel Michael is there, and envisioning him with his sword cutting cords on all sides of you, of those living, dead, or otherwise that wish to do you harm. And that is a way to get rid of attachments. And also by just knowing that Christ is in you, and that you are greater than he who is in this world, meaning the one with the little horns. And that faith alone can help clear things off of you. Okay. Okay. And I see that. So you were all the way up here with Sam, and she's new here. Sam. All right. You guys, as long as whoever this is leaves, I mean, he's obviously playing games with me, and that's okay. I don't care, but he can't stay. He's trying to attach to me, but he can't. Because it's holy water, see? I'm drinking a holy water. Okay. Sam. Sam, the first thing that I pick up for you is mom or mother. And there seems to be like a disconnect somehow with your energies. I'm not sure if it's a discord or what, but it feels like a disconnect. And it's funny because when I said that, you kind of went like this. There's loss around you. I mean, everybody has loss, but they want me to acknowledge this with you because they place you within a cemetery or they place you walking through a cemetery. And this being a poignant time in your life of loss or dealing with loss, maybe is the way to put it, dealing with loss. Okay, all right. So part of the issue that's happening here for you, Sam, is that in a previous life, about the same age, I mean, I'm looking at you and I think, gosh, you look like 22 to 24. I might be wrong, but this is like an age that they're showing me in this past life. So with that, there may have the loss that you would have suffered at that point in that age. And I'm thinking you look like you would be in, this would be like 1800s. So the loss that you would have suffered then would align itself, the residue, with this lifetime. So you may suffer depression from it, or it may cause anxiety or just a lot of stress and questions and unknowing, and then not understanding why in this lifetime you would be feeling this way, because really it's a residue from a previous life. And so once we hit a certain age of something having happened to us in a previous life, we might associate it with this lifetime, and it's not. It's just the residue of trying to get through that time period that causes pain. So if, let's say, this time someone also passed when you were aligned with that previous life, that would cause a lot of distress and excruciating pain, because now you're like, oh my God, this is happening again. And you don't even realize it. It's just a spiritual thing. And so it's, I'm sorry, this keeps bouncing up. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, and it's not from this lifetime. And it's funny because when they mentioned mother energy and the disconnect, and I'm wondering if this is a living person that you might be bumping heads with or having an issue with. And that right there can make you feel defeated, especially if you're dealing with the pain and the loss from the previous life, coupled with any kind of discord going on now. It can lead to feelings of depression. And I'm just going to tell you, Sam, do not listen to any of those loud voices in your head that sound like you, that are doing anything negative or saying anything negative, because God does not instill in us negativity. That is learned, and it is sent to us from the other side. I mean, they're all there. You know, that Tom and Jerry cartoon, Angel Devil, that's a real thing for absolutely everyone. And it's sometimes easier to hear the negatives, the bad things, but don't, because they're not real. It's not from this lifetime. And although you may be suffering in pain this time from certain issues, it's just this lifetime. This is a problem in this lifetime that you are not going to have to relive again, that pain of separation loss that you had previously. So I hope that makes sense. I hope I didn't confuse the bejesus out of you there. Thank you, Amy. And yes, Sam is a good person, Anna, I know. Yes, Autumn, I'm sorry. I was jumping back up to you, and then I got caught with people asking questions. So Autumn missed belly dance. All right, Autumn missed. Autumn, you have a really great energy that it's funny because on one aspect, you really attract people to you. And on the other, you have a wall up around you that you don't allow too many people too close. And so it's funny because you are a personable person and you can draw people into you on over here. And then when I switch gears and look at you from this side, boom, boom, I'm like a bee on a window. I'm hitting a wall. So you're very protective of yourself. And there are definitely two sides to you. It's kind of like Shrek, like a peeling back an onion, all those layers. You're not one to throw up your problems on people. You just don't do it. You are a good listener, and you allow people to throw up all their problems on you. It kind of washes off to you. You have a bit of a healing energy about you. So people, you may take and absorb negative energies from individuals that they're going through or that they're feeling, or pains or issues, headache, or whatever. Excuse me. But then you are able to expel it. And so you're a bit of a healer. And I would bet that you'd be really good at Reiki and energy healing. I could pick you up and put you pretty much, well, I could pick you up and put you pretty much anywhere. I can see that you might be a homebody, a bit of a hermit. And it's so funny because you have this dual personality where you can totally party with the best of them. However, you really are comfortable on your own, in your own skin. You're very comfortable being by yourself. You don't need anybody around you to entertain you. It's really interesting. But part of that message to you is the healing aspect of what you do for people. So consider doing that. Your name says belly dance, so I'm sure it has something to do with your lifestyle. However, or your career, like teaching people to belly dance, but also consider the healing aspect of what you do, because it's part of who you are. Let me go down here. Rachel, don't ever let anything crush your faith. No, not human or energy. Don't let it ever happen. Always know that regardless of who else is around you, you've always got God. You've always got spirit. Matthew. I'm pretty sure I wasn't talking about you, Matthew. You're welcome, Janice. You changed. I don't even know what I told you. Did I read for you, Zelia XO? Names don't make a difference. You could call yourself Pinocchio. Names don't make a difference at all in readings. Sometimes things may not make sense right away because they haven't happened. And also because, like I said last night, people will look beyond their bullseye and they look second and third areas out going, I don't know. And it's right in front of them. They just don't realize it until later on, they themselves will, yeah. Okay. You understand what I'm saying. Let's see what else. Thank you, Jeffrey. Did I read you yet, Jeffrey? No, I didn't. I didn't read Jeffrey Shreve yet. Jeffrey. Wasn't that on like a cartoon or something, a TV show? I don't know. Let's see. I see you in a plane. I don't know why, Jeffrey. I see you in a plane. And travel, I guess, travel. And it's funny because they're, you know what, they're playing for me like that movie. It's old. It's like from 1984. Oh gosh, what was it? Oh, it was a movie. It was called The Movie. I'm blank. But he's in the play. It's like a bunch of short stories, and it's he's in the plane. How could I not know this? How am I so stupid? But he's in the plane, and then the alien lands on the plane's wing, and he sees it, and nobody else sees it, and he's like freaking out, and he's popping pills, and they're like, they end up having to like tie him up. It's with that writer, Stephen King. Is it Stephen King that wrote them all? I think it's with Stephen. I don't know, but he ends up in like the ambulance, and but they're showing that. It's so weird, and that's why I don't know why. Sometimes they'll give me something to explain better, the like maybe travel anxiety or something. But they're giving me something about this movie, and I wish I knew the name of it, and I can't search it right now. The Twilight Zone. Yes, it's the Twilight Zone, the movie. That's it. That's it. And it's not with William Shatner. It's with it's the other guy from the Third Planet from the Sun, that dude. And he sees that whole thing, but it was Twilight Zone, the movie. That was it. Yes, exactly. It was it. That is so funny. But they'll play movies sometimes to get me to understand something better. And they showed you, Jeffrey, in a plane, and you were kind of like holding on. And then they show so I hope that doesn't like, I hope you're not like, I hope that you're not like traveling and I just totally freaked you out. Like, I don't really think an alien is going to land on a plane wing or anything, but it would probably just be like saying not to worry, it's going to be okay, that it's legitimately not. And you know, they're in a storm and the lightning strikes and takes the engine out, but that's not going to happen because that was a movie. It's just funny how they're trying to get me to convey that, and I don't know. So I hope I don't freak you out. But there is travel, it looks like, and you know, I too, whenever I get on a plane, I'm always like, okay, do I feel okay about this plane? Is this plane going to make it? And I like psych myself out every time I get on a plane. I'm like, oh, gosh, I freak out. So, Jeffrey, it's just funny that they were showing me that movie and to let you know that everything's going to be okay. So if you end up in a storm or something, to let you know it's all right. Your plane's not going down. So if you have not seen Twilight Zone, the movie, you've got to see it. It's old, but it is awesome. I love it. Okay. So Autumn, you said, I've gotten that wall aspect before, and I'm definitely a homebody. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. And yes, we do have guides around us. And right now you look like you only have 2 on either side. So usually there's between 1 and 6. And if you've got 6, I'd be saying, girl, you need some help, okay? Because 6 is a lot, but you've only got 2. And and they're not really even paying attention to you. They're kind of just like, oh, yeah, she's fine. Okay, so what did you say? So your guides are really not, they're not really paying attention to you. They're letting you trip a little bit, fall a little bit. When you need them, ask them, hey guys, I need some help, okay? I have a huge cart full of stuff that I have to buy today, so get me a front parking place, please. All right, that kind of a thing. Yes. And then lean, yeah. Nope, names don't make any kind of difference. A lot of times I don't even know who I'm reading for. If like you were to call in and we did a phone reading, I usually don't even know because I just write it on my calendar, reading at 6, reading at 6:30, you know, and I don't, unless I know the person, I usually don't know who I'm talking to. So if I ever read for anybody and I say, hi, yeah, it's Rebecca, I probably don't know who I'm talking to unless you tell me. Yes, Jake, this is the water I'm talking about. Aldi. They're a buck, okay? And they're the bomb. And I hide them from my family. No, I don't, but I restrict them because it's mine. Let's move up here a second. So Matthew, I'm going to read you really quickly because you were concerned if I was reading for you. And so I'm just going to touch on you real quick, and then I'm going to continue moving up. So Matthew, let's take a peek at you. Now, Matthew, you're a little bit different here. I don't remember what we were talking about before that you thought applied. So this is good. Kind of a break between, so it's a fresh reading for you. But what they're showing is that you are out on the water and you're in a boat that looks like a pirate ship, but it's not as big as a pirate ship. It's smaller. And it's dark. You've got one torch on your beach, and you've got what looks like a table with a chair, 2 chairs, and a fire pit. And you're anchored in the water, and the waves are kind of moving the ship as I'm watching you. You know, you're up by the bow watching, and you're anchored. So the really cool thing that's happening here is, first off, is at some point you would have taken this ship out onto the water to change something within your life, to improve yourself, to just discover something new, to just bring opportunities of change. That's what it means. And upon getting out in the water, it would have been too soon. Like the feeling is like, I can't go back to the beach yet because I haven't figured things out. I'm not done yet. I'm not comfortable with the way my life is right now. I still feel like I have to make a few changes. And so what is happening is, even in the darkness, even in these horrible waves, you're anchored. And the anchor represents God. It represents spirit. And basically the message to you is that even though you may be feeling like you are floating, you may be feeling like you are not home, that you are out of sorts, out of place, out of skin, out of body, that God is anchoring you. And he's saying the waters will get rough. It may get dark, but I'm here and I'm holding you to this spot. You're not going anywhere. And the torch that's on your beach, this is like a reassurance to you of how to get home, of how to get back to what's normal. And so you don't have to worry. What you're dealing with right now is self-discovery, figuring out who you are and where you fit in and who your friends are and who your friends aren't, what you want to do. Disconnecting from things that are external is one of the best things people can do. You just let people that love you know you're going to disconnect. Just like, you know what, I'm going through some changes, I'm doing some soul searching, and this is what I'm thinking, this is how I'm feeling. And let them know, because when we go through stuff like that and we don't let those that love us know, they'll be like, is everything okay? Are you sure? Because we pull our energy tentacles in, we reel them in, just the same way of a divorce, death, breakups. Those things are the same thing. We reel our energy in. So our loved ones are like, what's going on? I mean, I'm feeling it. I feel like you're not here. You're not around me. You don't love me. What's wrong? You know, people feel that. And so do a courtesy. Everybody, when you're going through something personal, when you feel like it's just a grumpy day, or you're seriously considering where your life is going, tell the people around you and share some of that with them so that they understand. Just simply say, you know what, it's nothing serious. I'm just pulling my energy in right now to figure me out. And then by doing that, you know, well, that doesn't fit anymore. I need to get rid of that. I don't need that in my life anymore. This person definitely has to go. I don't need the drama. So it's basically a reassessment of who you are. And that's what you're going through right now. But basically the message to you is, God is saying, no matter where you go, I'm here. I'm anchoring you. You aren't going too far. You're safe. You know, it's that kind of a thing. It's pretty awesome. It's really cool. So as disconnected and as crazy as life may feel for you right now, you really can't screw it up. Autumn, you're welcome. Jeffrey, you're welcome. Amy Gallagher. Oh, I didn't read for you yet, Amy. Let's see. Anything for me this evening? Jake, you're welcome. Amy, the one thing I see for you quickly, Amy, and I'm going to run up to the people above. The one thing that I see for you is having climbed a boulder, and you are standing at the top eating what looks like either a really giant candy, like a sucker, or cotton candy. So what this means is the boulder is a difficult step. And people who we sit with at the base of that boulder are usually family and friends, loved ones, spouses, boyfriends, girlfriends, whoever. And they become they're happy where they're at. They're just complacent. You're very welcome, Matthew. And they're thankful. They're like, I'm good. I'm like, I'm happy. I'm great to be where I'm at. I'm happy in my lawn chair. And the only thing is we get this urge to climb the boulder. Like, what's on the other side of the boulder? And apparently you've done that. And you're at the top eating candy, which means you would have recently, or you are about to, so this could be something that's letting you know that this is about to happen. You are making choices in your life that someone else may not want to partake in, and that's not your fault. But the thing is when you climb the boulder and you see the elephants and the cotton candy and the rides and all the fun and all the people that are up there walking around discovering, you can never, ever, ever climb back down the boulder and be comfortable in that lawn chair, because you're sitting there going, do you understand what's up there? Do you know the size of the cotton candy? Okay, they have elephants and there's huge rides. I don't want to go. No, you don't understand. This is like crazy. There's like major party and it looks, I don't want to go. I'm fine right here, sucking on their whatever. And so you can never chemically, physically, spiritually ever be comfortable there again. So either you have already climbed the boulder and you grabbed your cotton candy and you are eating it, or you are about to. And what's going to happen is somebody's going to come along and go, hey, how you doing, Amy? My name is Joe. And I'm up here by myself too, eating my cotton candy. Would you like to go for a walk? Sure. That's how things happen. Earth angels. They help us move through difficult situations. It's pretty awesome. But that's what's going on with you, Amy. And I can't say anything bad about it. It's all good. Okay, so let me move up here. Let me see. Yes, Roseanne. Let me grab you real quick because I saw your post earlier as I'm moving up. Before I do that, Lean S, the one thing I have to add for you that they just threw in there, I'm wondering if this is work or education, and it may be a combination of the two, but you walk into a glass door, it's glass windows all the way around you, and you have like this tablet, and it looks almost like it's clear. It looks space aged, and you're writing on it, and it almost looks medical, even like a picture or an x-ray or something. And so if you're looking at educational changes and improving your career, I want to tell you to do it and absolutely go for it. It almost looks like you have to take charge and take the lead here for this, but this looks like a very positive thing. And it almost also looks like you would have at one point been doing what everybody wanted you to do, changed, did something what you wanted to do for yourself for a while and realized that this actually was what you wanted to do. So there's like a change of heart somehow, and coming back to another path that you may have been on before, which is also very cool. Okay, so Roseanne. Let me take a peek here. I know we've got like 10 minutes left. Roseanne. I'm thinking this is mother figure that's coming through. This woman looks petite or tinier. Her hair, it would be silvery, and I'm not sure if that's a wig or if that's actually her hair. But she's in slacks, and they look beige. So beige slacks, beige shoes, a top that looks long. I mean, this actually looks like something I could see definitely. Yeah, it's I don't want to call it a tunic top, but it's longer, like over the butt long, and then several swirls of necklaces. It's funny because it almost looks like my grandmother, but I know it's not my grandmother. She wants me to talk about her hands, and I'm thinking that it may be like arthritic or arthritis. Fingers. I have to move down here because if you can confirm any of this. You're welcome, Amy, for the elephants and cotton candy, but you did that yourself, girl. So is Roseanne still here? Did I read for Roseanne? I don't even know. Maybe I read for her, but I'm reading for you again if I did. Just that you have this mother figure that's coming through, and I'm supposed to. She's just standing there. She's just standing there, and wants me to acknowledge her hands. Does this make sense to you, Roseanne? Who I'm seeing? Is there a P? Okay, is there a P around? A P or an R? Is it like P or an R? Okay, what was your mother's name? And I ask because I'm hearing like Paige, and I don't think that's her name. I think it may even be close to something like your. I'm not sure though. So this makes sense to you. Okay, so I am seeing the proper person for you. I'm not twizzling you with somebody else. Okay, and the one thing that she does is she just hops her foot or skips her, like if she were to dance or if she were to do like tap or move her feet, and she moves her, like she's moving her feet. She wants me to show her moving her feet, and I'm wondering if it's something that she was unable to do after a while, but she wants me to at least acknowledge her movement now and the way that she can move her feet. Maurice is your mom. Did you guys, is it Maurice or am I saying it right? But did you call her something else? Did you call her Reese or did you call her Rise or Reese or something short with the R? I know there's a bit of delay in when I talk. So, okay. Because like I said, it looked like either a P or an R. Okay. It's very cool. So I'm glad she came through for you, at least to say hello. And she goes like this, just like that. Well, it's more, well, she's not crippled anymore. Her hands aren't crippled. Okay. All right. Got it. Interesting. Very cool. And blows kisses. All right. Let's move up here. I think I have read everybody so far who is in, which is very cool. I think I read everybody that was here tonight. Now that is a feat on its own. And from your dad. I don't see anybody from, I didn't see any message from your dad, Roseanne, as I'm scrolling up. I did not see anything from your dad. And that is crazy. Did I really read everybody that's here tonight? I know I didn't read Kaim. He left. Ashley Lynn. I don't know if she's still here. If you're still here, Ashley, let me know. I don't want you to be the only one not read tonight. Very cool. Hey, what's up? We read everybody tonight in the room. Now that is crazy because there was like a whole bunch of people on here. Oh, wait, what is this? Hold on. I missed something. All right. Okay, let's see. I'm pretty good. I think we're good. I think I read everybody. That's awesome. Okay, so Jennifer, I did not see you there. All right. So I will read Jennifer and Loretta and Kathleen very quickly, and then we will call it a night. So Jennifer, for you, I can't leave you guys out. All right. And Ashley, there you are. Okay, you are still here. All right, so we will call it no more after that. All right. And Terry, I didn't read you either, Terry. All right, well, we better, okay, well, let's get everybody. So I'll start here with Jennifer. All right. Jennifer, for you, let me see. You are really, this is interesting. It's fun. It's good. You're in like a, I don't want to call it a canoe. Maybe it is a canoe. It's like one of those old Indian canoes, you know, with the little loop up on the end, and it's wooden and it's thin. And you're kind of just laying down in it with your arms hanging out, relaxing, and you're just like trickling your hands into the water. It's this feeling of relaxation. It's a feeling of completely letting go. And it's a feeling of, I'm not worried. I'm just moving with the flow of the water. And that's interesting because water always represents issues and worry. So basically, what they're saying is that you are, I just want to make sure I get it right. You're going with the flow. You're not focusing on anything in particular, which is good. There's no reason to worry about things unless it's smacking us in the face. Otherwise, we waste so much time worrying about Monday or worrying about an hour from now. And you're even in the midst of issue, you are allowing this canoe to carry you through. And it's so funny how things transcend and how they change. And the idea of the canoe is taking on more of a spiritual aspect of faith rather than being a canoe or an ability to seek out opportunities. It's really the idea that even if you are in the middle of something, oh my God, something's playing with my nose now. And it's not a hair, but something's poking me in the face, which is awesome. Things are moving on their own now. But it's allowing your faith to overcome and to be stronger than anything that's around you, even if you get sucked into it. Usually that's family, because friends aren't going to suck you into things. Well, sometimes friends do suck you into drama, but family can just do it on a whim. Like, let's just have some family drama. Stay out of it. Don't get involved if you don't have to. And then if I pick you up, it's funny because I threw you down on your beach really quickly and then I'm going to move on. But I threw you down on your beach to see where you go. And you went like running hellbent up to your house. And the house represents you specifically. And you're really excited to be there. This is a positive thing. This is like a loving of self. This is just getting back to self, taking care of self, making sure you're sleeping, that you are asking yourself, do I have enough time for this really? Am I capable of doing this today? Do I want to do this today? And learning to say no to people. It's very important for you, but that's really cool. It's very cool. I need to remember to get into a canoe and just float. All right, Kathleen. Drain. Okay, Kathleen. Where is Kathleen? I'm across my legs. Let's see where the energy is coming from. Kathleen. Where are you? Let me find your energy. I'm just going to pick you up and drop you. Okay, so Kathleen, the one thing that they show for you is that you, and again, tomorrow is a full moon. So it can really manifest into high energy, and it can be a positive energy, and it can also be a monotony, like a crazy energy of just of feeling like things are out of control. I know that sometimes full moons just make people, you know, lunacy. All these things come from the moon. And I have no idea where they were taking that. Where did they just put you? Oh, okay, I found you again. Okay, I see you. And I go off on those tangents. They show you walking around in these really big rubber boots. They look actually green with little frog faces on the front, so they're super cute. They're very cute. I mean, I should make these, but they're just rubber boots. And there's mud and muck, and there's water, and you're playing in it. You're like splashing in it. And that's what I had to really decipher. Is she stuck in the mud, or is she playing in the mud? But you look like you're playing in it, like you're beating up the mud. That's really interesting because, first off, again, shoes of any kind represent my cat's playing with someone. Shoes represent being held back or feeling held back, or the perception that you are held back from something. And the fact, you know, mud is sticky and it's goopy and it can keep your feet held, and water is problems and issues. But truly what you're doing is you're wearing these boots and you are stomping it out. Like you're having your out. You're saying, you're like mentally fighting something or beating it up right now. Like, that's good. That's a positive thing. It means it's recognition of issues, recognition of problems, recognizing things that are not working or that are not good for you, that are toxic in your life, and just saying, no, like no more chocolate cake. You're bad for me, that kind of thing, you know, which we all would never do. Of course, we would never beat up a chocolate cake. Well, maybe, but it's even like having a pillow or something and just having an out with it and letting and releasing, like letting go and releasing energies, having a conversation with a pillow that is the face of someone, you know, that kind of a thing, and just punching it or releasing that pent up energy of upset or hurt or pain. And always remember, you know, anger comes after the pain, because usually it is the pain and the hurt that fuels our behavior, and anger is sometimes, hurt and pain are sometimes misinterpreted as anger, because it can envelop tears and yelling and screaming, and it has nothing to do with being angry. It has to do with being hurt, of suffering and feeling pain. And so, you know, dogs bite when they're in pain, not because they want to bite, but because they're hurt. And so animals are really the same way. We're hurt and we bite. C'est la vie. So that's for you, Kathleen. Okay, Ashley Lynn. Loretta is just here for support. You always are. All right. Who am I reading? Ashley Lynn. Ashley, you have awesome energy. You have really, really great energy. Before I forget this too, is off of your reading very quickly. It's so funny because reading for people, not seeing your face, not seeing how people are dressed, not seeing how they live their life, not seeing their family, their situations, where they live. It is super cool because I am being shown by God who you are on the inside. I am being shown that regardless of circumstance, financials, I'm being shown who you are. And there's so much beauty on the inside, and there's so much story on the inside of everyone. And when you see people, when you see what is going on, that's the first thing we do is we go, oh, we equate what they're wearing with, oh, that's a price tag, or what's that, or what they're driving. We judge, we We decide we know a person and we don't. And if everybody, I posted on this once, but I'm sharing it here, is if everybody closed their eyes when they met someone, it would be such a different experience about who we like, who we love, who we care about. There would be no, I think it would be an amazing experiment to put a paper bag over everybody's head and make everybody meet. You don't know what they look like, their color. You don't know their religion. You don't know that they're missing an eye. You don't know, oh, my battery's about to die. How much do I have in my battery? Better not close on me. I'm not done yet. Okay, I have 15 minutes, so I'm going to make this quick. But imagine the people that you would let into your life if there was no judging. Like you were behind a curtain. You didn't know what they looked like, their weight, their height, if they were covered from head to toe, acne. Somebody you would never even talk to in your life because they've got bottle glasses and buck teeth and a mullet. And you just found out you absolutely find this person hysterical and you love them. And then you pull back the curtain and go, I don't know if, I'm all of a sudden it's earthly, it's status, and I don't know if I can really be seen with you. So it's funny, isn't it? Funny. But it's a way to look at everybody, and it's hard to do it. It's very hard. But I try to read everybody. Now I do look at people and think, oh, you are a real piece of work. Like you are just a jerk. But that's whatever. I read past that whole smile and I realize, nah, you're not that nice of a person. Okay, so I have to do this quickly. All right. Yeah, it is. It's definitely a different way of looking at people. Okay. So where am I at? I have some downtime coming tomorrow, I think, Loretta. I don't know what I'm doing. I may get ice cream and watch a marathon of something. Who was I reading next? I do too, Shirley. I hope you can find out who was coming through. Who was I reaching? Terry. Okay, Terry. Let's go there. Terry. I see one thing, but I just want to do this quickly before this thing dies on me. You are, it looked like you were kind of walking across the water, but when I pulled back, it looks almost like a pier. So not a boat or anything, but a pier. So it's connected to the beach. It's not floating or anything like that. It's basically allowing you the ability right now to decide what are your best options without jumping into anything and making any major decisions. So right now, it would be a good time to test the waters on several different things because it's not going to be a life changer for you. It will be a time of viewing, like you're being provided with options. So, excuse me, the next thing is it financial? Kind of, yes. There's a financial aspect to this for you where a purchase would be considered or the spending of money and looking at options. And then also on a whole other scale, there's a conversation to be had between you and someone else. This feels male, I would think like father figure. So making contact one way or another with father figure would be very good. There's some answers that you would receive. And again, there's grounding because you're able to really stay on your beach, but at the same time, kind of walk out onto the water. And that just represents being able to survey options without making a life-changing decision without understanding and knowing, which is a good place to be. It also represents somebody who makes considerations and doesn't like to necessarily take risks. Okay. All right, let's see. Oh, Ashley Lynn, was I reading you too? Okay, so that I'm glad you said something, Ashley Lynn, that I was starting you and then I went off on that other thing. Okay. All right. I have no idea. Oh my gosh. My battery just died. Hold on a second. I gotta run upstairs. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna run upstairs. I gotta run upstairs. Battery just died. Hold on. It's dark. Hold on. Hold on. My battery just died. Hold on. My battery just died. I'm running.